Hello, Buddy Crow, back again with another video, another vlog type video. I'm just really making this video because I finished a project I was working on for the last couple months. This has to do with my game collection, and as some of you may or may not know, I use the Collectorz game collector dealy bobber that you're kind of seeing on the screen right now. And I'm a little bit distracted because the camera is over here, but then the microphone's over here. Yeah, I finally finished it. I'll go over what I wound up doing and a little bit of, games that I wasn't putting in this database that I finally decided to go ahead and do. But before I do all that, some of you just might be interested and only interested in knowing that you can access my game list or my game collection online. And that is, let me switch over to that. It's over here, cloudcollectorz.com, CROOOOW. I don't know if I said the right number of O's. /games, and I'll put that link in the description. You could go and kind of thumb through everything here. Now, the Collectorz.com is actually it's like a trio of ways to collect. There's the Collectorz.com program for the PC. I think it's on Linux. It's probably on Mac as well. There is just the cloud version, which you saw briefly, and then there's the mobile app, which I could kind of show really quick here. So yeah, there's a mobile app as well on my computer that you really can't see on my phone. So yeah, so you got it on your phone as well. And the nice thing is that now I've been using this for years, probably I want to say 10 years, or maybe that's a little bit too much. At least 6 to 7 or 8 years. I've been using this, and over time the program has changed. It's gone from a flat fee to a where you pay a subscription, and I'll gladly keep paying the subscription because I like this program. And I know a lot of people are going to jump in the comments and say, there's this game collector thing, there's this way to keep track of your games, and it's free. I wouldn't pay for it. And yeah, that's fine. I can understand if you wouldn't pay for it, or just somebody's obviously going to say, I just keep my game collection in an Excel list or Google Drive. That's another option. But when you've got I had more than this at one point. I had over 3,000, between 3,000 and 4,000 games. And right now I'm sitting around 2,042. Now, one of the things that has actually inflated this number is I've included digital games. That's something I didn't do before. But before I get ahead of myself, yeah, I just like this program. Mainly for customization. I want to say customization ability, if that's even a word, because I could customize a ton of stuff in this. And I've noticed a lot of other programs online, websites in particular, where the information's wrong. They don't have games that I have. It just won't provide as a complete list as I can here, or just flat out doing it manually myself. And why is this all dark now? My camera is completely dark. Let me figure this out. Because I showed the phone. There we go. That fixed it. Apparently it really screwed up the webcam when I showed my phone there. So where was I? So yeah, I mean, I'll pay the subscription. What I usually do is they'll wind up having a sale or something like that sometime during the year, usually Black Friday, and I'll just pay for the reduced price, and it adds on to the price, the subscription I already have. So right now this doesn't expire for me until 2019 sometime, and even then, when I renew it, I'll probably get another year and a half for $20. Now you do have to pay for the mobile app. That's a separate flat price as well. I don't pay for the cloud, but that's included in the price of this. So what I could do is, when I update everything right now, what I used to have to do is I used to have to sync it with my phone manually through my own wired Ethernet connection, not Ethernet, my Wi-Fi connection. I don't know why I can't think of things today. So I used to do that, but now I could just click on this, have it, yeah, I used to click this, but now I could click to the cloud, update to the cloud, and then have my phone just connect. I thought I heard something upstairs, and I went to go check. But yeah, it's just easier to have everything connected. I could check on my phone. I could check on my computer. I can check on the web, as you can do right now by just clicking on that link I have, and you know, anybody can see what I have in my collection, and that's fine. But actually, what got me all started, and now I'm just gonna keep rambling on and on and on about this. But what got me, back in August, I had stumbled across some scan settings that I liked on my my scanner/printer, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and scan everything that I have and put it in this database. So once I started doing that, I decided, okay, for the games I don't have, I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna make everything the same size, because the one downside with this Collectorz program is it's based in Europe somewhere, Netherlands, I'm guessing, and a lot of the defaults for everything is Europe. And so even though I have the US version of it, a lot of the game boxes and whatnot would be the wrong game box or something like that. It also doesn't really a lot of times have the right information in there, because it's kind of like a Wikipedia type entry thing where somebody will submit all this information. It might be wrong, but that's what, if you look up something by barcode or something like that, that might be the information that gets stuck down there. And I am getting a message. She's going to the mall. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. All right, that should be the last distraction for a while. But yeah, basically, when I went through and I scanned all my boxes, and for example, let's look at, like Dreamcast. I do have scans for all the, all this is mine. After you've scanned it in here, when you sync it, it doesn't sync your own game boxes. So what you have to do is you have to upload to CLZ Cloud manually. And I've done that for everything. Even the stuff that I found digitally and resized myself. So when you go to the website, everything you see here is my own image, or at least altered image from the internet. So like here's a Steam game. I didn't use the box or whatever image that they would have normally used for this game, if indeed it was in their database. But instead I've downloaded this directly from Steam, resized it to a specific width, and put it on there. So that leads me to my next point, is the games that I didn't have on here before, which I do now, are digital games. So like here, games I might have on my Android phone, most of these I've paid for. Some of them I included just because I think they're good games or whatnot, but I want to include them in the database. I wouldn't have put these on here before. All right, I'm talking. All right, I'm inserting this voiceover after I've already made the video because I forgot to make a point I wanted to make about the digital games. But one of the reasons I wanted to insert the digital games into my collection, whereas I didn't want to before, even though they're not physical objects, is because I'm actually finding it quite easy to forget about the digital games I've already owned. Like on the PS3 and the Wii and the Xbox 360, I actually went through all of those and looked up the digital games I had, because it's so easy to forget what I've bought. And if they're in this collection, you can't forget about it so easily. In fact, to give you an idea of what you can customize in Collectorz.com, there's not even an Android section in there. But I was able to add Android as a separate category, even give it its own image or whatnot, and add all this stuff manually. Checking out the developer, publisher, the release date, entering all that in as well. I was using GameFAQs for a lot of that information, but you know what? GameFAQs is even 100% accurate as well. There were things that were obviously wrong on GameFAQs. Game would tell me it was, GameFAQs would tell me that a certain game was published by this company, but I know that's obviously not right because you've got the real publisher on the box. So yeah, digital games are now on here. I didn't used to put PC games on here, but I decided to go through all the Steam games I have. I went in my closet and pulled out all the old PC Windows games that I had, entered these in there. So like, for example, for some reason I have a copy of Army Men 2, so that's in there too. I think that came from Goodwill, actually. the Banner Saga. So, for example, indie box games where you would get the game on a disc and also Steam download code. Those are in here twice, as you can see. So I've got the so like if I have a game physically and digitally, I have it in here twice because technically it's 2 copies of the same game. So for like the example, the Banner Saga here, I've got the this is the indie box version, and I've scanned this box, and then the Steam version here. So yeah, for PC games, I've got a lot of them, and a lot of them are inflated. So for PC, 390 PC games. But again, a lot of those is because of Steam. I think Steam alone is like 360 or something. I don't know. So yeah, this is what has been taking up a lot of my time, because I wanted to get this done, because one of the projects I want to work on in the future will need to rely on the release dates of games, and I just wanted to make sure all the information was correct. So like, yeah, once I went through and I made sure that I had you know, I scanned all the boxes, I had all my custom boxes in here for this. After I was done through that, I went through every single one of these again and made sure that for the publisher, the developer, was as correct as I'm aware they are, as well as the release date, because you know, a lot of the release dates were wrong, because I wanted the release dates for the version of the game that I put in here, because a lot of times, especially like in the NES days or whatnot, 8-bit days, 20 years ago, games released for one region might be several years off from a release of a game in another region. I also went through and game categories, genres. I kind of, you know, simplified that. I had to clean up a lot of stuff, because a lot of times when you download a game on this as well, it'll put in a genre that you don't agree with. Like, for some reason, some people think that retro is a genre. I don't think retro is a genre. Super Mario Bros. 3 does not fit in the retro genre. That's not a genre of game. Super Mario 3 is just an action or platformer. Yeah, I mean, that getting on the topic of retro in and of itself is something I don't like. I don't like using the word retro, because I think it's used too often incorrectly. So I know, but I don't want to be sitting here complaining about that. That might be a video for another day, which I don't want to make, because I know I'm in the minority on that. I'll just keep that to myself. So yeah, I could ramble on longer, but I will not. This is just something I wanted to have done. So yeah, all the I'll just giving you an idea of what Collectorz.com is as well, if you're not familiar with that. But I can totally understand if you don't want to pay for something like this. I know Lactobacillus Prime uses this as well. He put up a video recently, maybe a month or so ago, about this. But yeah, I went through and I really cleaned this up. And what's funny is, as soon as I thought I was done, I was like, oh, there's a game I missed on the shelf here. Oh, I wound up buying a game on Steam. And every time I do that, I've got to come back here and do that. Even today, I went to Target. This will be a little preview for my next pickups video. But today at Target, I went and I found this Yakuza Kiwami Steelbook. How can I resist this? Steelbook release for $15 at Target, marked half price from $30. So I had to buy it. I had to. And I've never played a Yakuza game before, but this is a remake of the very first one. So I'm going to jump into that today, record some footage of it. I've had the entire week off of work, which is why I was able to finish this. But yeah, I like making my videos extremely long for no reason at all. So let's finish this now. I'm sure I forgot to mention something. This is all off the cuff. So I'll probably remember something later. Too bad it's not in the video. See y'all next time. Bye.